Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming my first impressions for May. It's May now. I bought a load of makeup. I got all of this from Boots, and I've got a lot of products from NYX and Makeup Obsession. Those are kind of the main brands. I also got a few L'Oreal stuff. So I'm really ill at the moment. This is my first day off in 5 days where I've just been working really ill. And this is the only productive thing I'm going to do today is film this video. That is it. I'm not even dressed, I'm wearing my onesie. Where do we start? I'm going to start with primer. And the primer that I've got is the L'Oreal Nude Magique Blur Cream in light to medium. And this says it's a universal smoothing perfector that instantly blurs pores and refines skin texture for a perfect nude finish. Micro blur technology. And this had some good reviews, so I thought I'd give it a go. Quite an orangey colour, and it's a very jelly texture. Feels very silky, so there's no really instructions on how to apply it, so I'm just going to smother it all over my face. This is such an old school song, can you actually hear it? Why is my dad listening to this? I tried to kind of put that on quite gently because I didn't want it to ball up, because I feel like primers that have that kind of consistency will often ball up in your face. But if you apply it gently, you definitely don't get that problem. I've not noticed that anywhere. But it feels really soothing and soft and silky, and I don't know if it's minimised my pores. I feel like it has a little bit, but it's just really smoothed out my face and that feels lovely. So far so good. Don't know if it's going to help my makeup last, but we'll see. Kind of wait for that to kind of absorb into my skin a bit. I don't want to go straight over the top with foundation, so I'm just going to entertain myself for a few minutes. That sounded really wrong. Foundation I am going to use though is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Stay Fresh Foundation, and it's in porcelain. It actually does look pretty light. I know that this is one of Sophie Does Nails' favourite foundations. I guess that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to try this one. I was originally going to get the Rimmel BB Radiance cream in extra light, but it was out of stock, or I'm not sure if they were all out of stock or if it was just the one in my shade, but it was out of stock on the Boots website. I was going to go into town and see if I could find it there, but as I've said, I'm really ill and I don't want to go into town today. But I am going to see if I can find it in town at some point soon. So I decided to get the L'Oreal one instead because I did want to try this anyway, and I think it was 3 for 2 on L'Oreal, and I've got a few other L'Oreal products. I think while I'm waiting actually I'm going to dampen my sponge because I haven't dampened it in a while, and it's also a little bit of a mess, so I'm going to put some fairy liquid on there. I've just wetted and kind of cleaned my sponge. Sometimes I find that I don't get quite as much good coverage when my sponge is really wet, but obviously I have to do it just to clean it anyway, so it might affect the coverage of the foundation a bit. That is what the colour of the foundation looks like. It's pretty light. I could do with maybe one shade lighter than that, but actually it does look pretty light, so I'm quite impressed with that colour because I wasn't expecting it to be light enough. But you know what? I probably don't need a white mixer with that. I'm just going to use my sponge and, ooh, something black on my face. And I'm going to just build this all up over my face and see what we get. I quite like that foundation. I would say it's given a medium coverage. It's not quite full coverage, but I feel like because I've just wetted this, it's kind of absorbed some of the product. So if I'm using a brush maybe, or a drier sponge, I probably would get more coverage, and it could be full coverage. Obviously I don't know for sure because I've not tried it those ways, but I really like this. The colour isn't 100% perfect, but it is pretty light. It doesn't look really off. I feel like I look lighter on camera than I do in person, just because I'm sitting right in front of an open window, and but in person it does look a tiny bit too dark, but only slightly. It's not really off or anything. I can get away with it, definitely. I actually really like this. It went on top over that primer really nice. It just kind of went on really smoothly, so I think that's partially obviously the primer as well. So those two work well together, I think. It feels really like fresh on the skin, which I like, and I really like the way it looks. For concealer, I did want to get another of the 17 Stay Time concealers in Extra Fair. I do have one in my drawers at the moment, which I'll find in a minute, but it's like pretty much empty. I wanted to get a top up of that, but again, it's out of stock on the Boots website, and I was going to go into town, but obviously I'm too ill, so I will get one of those at some point though. Another thing that I could use for concealer though is this thing here. All of these are new, by the way. These are all Makeup Obsession products, and here I've got a contour cream in Fair, which is this one here. It's just like a cream pale. It's meant for like contour, but I feel like maybe this will work as a concealer, just because contour, like that contouring with that shade and like concealer is kind of the same thing really. So this is only £3, so I'm not expecting it to be like amazing and give me amazing coverage, but I thought I might as well give it a go as concealer. I probably will just kind of use it as like a kind of like highlighty thing as well though. I think I might just get my finger and kind of smother it in that way. I'm gonna kind of use my finger and just put this in various areas. Right, so I've just put that in areas where I want extra coverage. The colour of it is really good, like it's actually like lighter than my skin, which never happens. I'm just going to blend this all in. I'm actually quite impressed with that. I mean, it's not perfect coverage, but like it's more coverage than I kind of expected from it. I really like the colour of it. I feel like it's probably a better for like brightening and highlighting more so than it is for like just covering blemishes and stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a contour product, so it's kind of meant to be more of a brightening product than it is necessarily for like covering. But I feel like I would definitely use that to kind of brighten like my under eyes and like highlight areas of my face more so than like covering spots or anything. But actually, I'm pretty impressed with that for £3. Before I set my face, I want to use a kind of contouring product. Sometimes I like to use a contouring product before I set my face, so that way I can just go over the top with bronzer once I have set it. Is that weird? Is that a thing that people do? I don't know, but that's what I do. The product that I got is another Makeup Obsession one. This palette I got free, by the way. I think when you spend like £15 on Makeup Obsession, which is all of these here were worth £15, you got a free palette, which I think is pretty cool, because this is worth like £8, and I've already got smudges all over it, because that's my life. But yeah, the product that I'm going to use to contour with is this shade here, and this is the contour powder in C102 Light. The good thing is you can just like read them on the back here. So yeah, I'm going to use this one to contour my face. Looks like a pretty good colour, like it doesn't look too like dark or like orangey. It looks like it would be a good colour for me. I just like to do my cheekbones, my nose, around my temples and my jawline when I contour. I'm going to use this little angled eyeshadow brush to do this, just because I haven't used this in a while, and I remember I used to like it because I don't really do contouring like this way very much. I tend to just use bronzer. Let's do this. Hey, doesn't this look good? It is a little bit on the warmer side. I would prefer it to be slightly more cooler, but it's not a bad colour at all. Like it does work with my skin tone. I just would prefer it to be a little bit on the cooler side. Just as a point of comparison, one that I like to use to do this is this Barry M one. And as you can see, it's a lot more cool toned, so this is a kind of colour that I like. I think I'm just gonna go back in with the sponge to blend this out. I'm impressed with how well that's blended out. It blended out like just really seamlessly. It's just very blendable. I really think it's done well in that department. I'm quite impressed with that contour product, to be honest. As I said, I'd rather it be a bit more, my cat is just staring me out, cool toned, but I think the actual like product itself in terms of application, how it blends, pigmentation, is pretty good. Okay, to set my To set my face, I'm going to use another Makeup Obsession product. It's this one here. It's the contour powder in C101 Fair, and it looks like a really good shade for just setting your face, or for my skin tone anyway. So I'm going to set my whole face with that. Just going to use this little contour brush here to do my under eyes and my nose, my eyelids, and then I'll use a big fluffy brush to do the rest of my face. Okay, I quite like that powder. I think the thing I like about it the most is that it's a really good colour, because it's a really pale shade, as you can see, but it's not quite white and translucent, and sometimes that can kind of like wash you out a bit. But with this one I don't feel like it has done that, so I like it. It doesn't feel too heavy either. I just think it's done a good job at mattifying and setting my face down. That's my base done. I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. So I'm going to move on to some cheek products now, and first I'm going to use the Bourjois Maxi Delight Bronzer. I believe this is in 02. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. I love the like engravings in it. It smells very coconutty as well. I think it looks beautiful. I'm just going to get this fluffy brush, and I'm going to dust this through my cheekbones. I really like that. Just a nice pretty like sun-kissed glow for the cheeks. I'm obsessed with the smell of this. It's really nice. It is actually, it's kind of chocolatey as well. It's like coconut and chocolate kind of combined. It's a massive pan as well, which is great, so it's going to last you like a freaking lifetime. And it's got a bit of kind of like glitteriness in it, but without it being like too much. So for blush, I've just took this out of the palette. Another Makeup Obsession product. This is the B102 Perfect one. This is a very red toned blush. This would probably work well as an eyeshadow as well. But I got this to use as blush. So I'm just going to pop some of this onto the apples of my cheeks. I really like this colour. The pigment is insane. Of course, I'm going to need to blend it because I've always put too much on. I really like that blush. I think it's really pretty. Okay, for everyone's favourite part, highlight, I've got a couple of options. The first thing I've got is a NYX product. This is the Duo Chromatic Illuminating Powder, and this one's in Twilight Tint. This is a very icy white colour, but it's got a slight kind of blue tone to it. You might not be able to see it on camera because it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you can only see it in certain kind of lights and angles. But it looks really pretty. There are a couple more shades of this that I really want to try as well, that you'll probably see in future first impressions videos. But this one, the Twilight Tint one, was probably the one I wanted the most currently. But there's like a lilac-y toned one, and then there's like a really like white icy one that I want to try at some point as well. So you'll probably see those in a future video. But for this video, we've got the Twilight one. I also got a highlighter from Makeup Obsession. This one is Bare H105, and this one's got a bit of a pinky tone to it. Just show you that up close. I've tried two other highlighters from Makeup Obsession, which I'll find for you in a sec, but I was in love with those. Those were great, so hopefully this one's just as good. Yeah, the other two that I have from Makeup Obsession, which I've already tried, is Moon, which is a very lilac-y one. See that? This is insane. This is one of my favourite highlights. And then I also have this one called Pearl, which is a more of a champagne-y goldy colour, but this one is beautiful as well. It also has amazing pigment. I may as well put them into the new palette. This one doesn't look quite as intense as the other two, I do have to say. I think I'm going to do one on each side of my cheekbone area and then just kind of see what I want to do after that. So I'll start with the Makeup Obsession one in Bare on this side of my face. Ooh. Actually, that's pretty nice. That's actually pretty nice. Hopefully you can see that. I'm just going to swirl off the excess of that product from my brush. And then do use the NYX one on the other side. Oh. I think this one's winning. The blue tint definitely translates more onto the face. Okay, in my opinion the NYX one has won it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but It's insane. The blue hues definitely pick up more when you put the product onto your face. I'm going to layer up more of the NYX one just because this one's impressed me a bit more. Just in all the other areas I want to highlight on my face. Okay, we've got some insane highlight going on here. I'm really impressed with this NYX highlight. I really like it. I didn't know whether I was gonna like it just based on like my first look and swatch, but onto the face it just translates so nicely, and it's just got these amazing blue hues to it, and it's really nice and really intense. I don't know if the camera is doing it justice, but I do need to blend it out a little bit. The Obsession one was nice too, but it didn't quite have the same amount of intensity as the NYX one or the other Makeup Obsession ones that I've tried, because I absolutely love the other two that I've tried. I just don't think this one was quite as impressive, but it was still pretty nice. I think on days where I want a more natural highlight, I have to go for this. Alright, so for eyebrows, I've got two NYX products to try. I have the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. This is just a clear brow gel. I really love the packaging of this. I just needed a new brow gel because my, like a clear one, because my other ones are starting to run out. And then the kind of main product that I've got to try is also from NYX. It's the Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade, and mine's in Espresso, which is quite a dark brown shade. That's the colour there. Looks pretty close to my natural brow. I know that my hair's blonde, but I don't really want to fill my brows in any lighter. I just want to kind of fill them in the colour that they already are, which is like a kind of medium to dark brown. So to start with, I will just use the Control Freak gel just to brush through my brows and make them a bit neater. Excuse the fact that my cat is having a bit of a mental breakdown on my bed. I did a pretty good job at brushing my brows into place. I'm just going to get this angled eyeshadow brush from Zoeva, and I'm going to fill my brows in with this pomade. Yeah, I probably filled them in really badly, but I think that the product itself is pretty good. I just need to get the hang of using it. I'm gonna go back in with the Control Freak gel and brush through that product and set it in place. Really like those products. I just think I need to get the hang of using them because I've not filled them in very well, but I tried. But I think the products themselves, especially this gel, I really like this gel. I'll use this so much. Work really well. So next I'm going to use some pencil liner on my waterlines, and I have the NYX Très Jolie, can't pronounce French words, sorry. Is that even French? I think so. Gel pencil liner. And this is the packaging. It's very extravagant. It's probably one of the more expensive eye pencils I bought. It cost £9, I believe. Looks really cute though. When I first opened this, when I was unpackaging, the like stylo in it literally had like fallen out, and I put it back in, so that was a bit like, well, okay then. And you can kind of like twist it up a bit, but then it also has a sharpener, so I found that a bit confusing. Anyway, I'm going to just apply this to my top and bottom waterlines. This is kind of hard to build up. I really wanted this to be good just because it cost £9. I wouldn't normally spend that much on an eyeliner pencil, but I'm finding this quite hard to build up. Like, it looks okay. I find the kind of applicator thing up really strange and hard to use, and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with this, but this is the sharpener and I just don't understand how I'd use that. Like, I don't know, I'm not really that blown away by this eyeliner, to be honest. I'm finding it, like, now that like, if I go over it, it kind of comes off, which is annoying. I don't know if it's just something I'm doing wrong with like the use of this, but I mean, it's okay, but I'm not that blown away for £9, to be honest. I'm going to move on to mascara now, which is one of my favourite makeup products. I've actually got two products to try out. I've got the L'Oreal Mega Volume Mist Baby Roll, which is pretty new, and I've had a lot of people talking about this, so I wanted to try it out myself. So I got a NYX mascara. This is the skinny mascara, and this has like the tiniest one I've ever seen. And I think that this will probably work really well for like bottom lashes, which is kind of the reason why I got it. Look at that wand, it's so diddy. I feel like this would work really well for bottom lashes. I think bearing that in mind, I will use the L'Oreal one on my top lashes and the NYX one on my bottom ones. The wand is so twisty, it's so weird. Let's just do this. Look at them lashes. This eye came out a bit better than this one, as per usual, but oh my god. The length that that's given my lashes is mental. It's definitely, in terms of lengthening, really good. The thickness and the volume is pretty much there as well. I'm really impressed with this mascara. I think it's done an amazing job. I think that it'll get better the more I use it, because that tends to happen with me. Mascaras, like I like them first time I use them, and then they get better the more I use them. So super impressed with that Baby Doll mascara. I'm now going to go in with the NYX one on my bottom lashes. I found that mascara like quite difficult to use because it's hard to like grip onto your lashes with it, because like the bristles are so small, and like that kind of baby roll one where it's just so easy to kind of coat your lashes with it, whereas this one you kind of make a bit of a mess. Like it does, in the end it looks pretty good. Like I've definitely got a lot of length and colour on it. I think I'll need to kind of get used to using this more before I can kind of comment on how good it is, but I'm not totally impressed at the moment. But maybe it will get better the more I use it. Okay, the last product that I've got to try is a lip product, and this is a bit of an intense colour, and it's not really like the mood I'm in right now, but I want to try the product out, so I'm going to use it anyway. This is the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick, and this one's in Alien, and this is literally just pitch black. And I really wanted like a black lipstick, but I'm not really in the mood today, but we're going to use it anyway. I have tried the NYX Liquid Suede in Sandstorm, and I really like this one, so hopefully this one will be pretty good as well. I mean, the pigment is definitely there. And that is, it's a pretty decent black lipstick really, very pigmented and intense, which is all you can ask for really. I'm quite impressed with it. It feels very liquidy at the moment, so hopefully it dries down a bit. From what I remember from the Sandstorm one, like it's not completely matte, but it does dry down, but it's just not completely transfer proof. So obviously with a black you want to be careful of that. So have I got any on my teeth? Black lipstick also does make my teeth look like really yellow. Okay, well that is the finished makeup. What do you think? Okay, honestly the majority of products I really liked there. Some standout products I would say, definitely the L'Oreal Baby Doll mascara. I'm like so impressed with how my lashes turned out, so I really like this. I really like the L'Oreal Nude Magique. I think my cat just fell behind my bed. I really like the L'Oreal Nude Magique. Really like the L'Oreal Blur Cream. This just felt so nice on the face. Just that feeling alone makes me love this product. I think it's really nice. I quite liked this Boudoir bronzer, mainly because of the smell, but it just also gives a very nice sun-kissed look. I quite liked the brow products. Again, I do need to get used to using them, but the brow products themselves I'm really impressed with. The NYX Tame and Frame and the Control Freak Gel, really impressed with those. Really like the NYX Chromatic Highlighter in Twilight Tint. I think this is a beautiful highlight. I really like it. I quite like the contour and the blush from the Makeup Obsession little monos. I really like the contour and the blush. I also quite liked the setting powder as well. I was a little bit disappointed with the highlight. I wish it was just a little bit more intense, but it was still pretty nice for a more natural look. I've completely lost where I put the foundation bowl, but I really liked the L'Oreal Infallible foundation as well. I thought that was really good too. I do really like this black lipstick. I'm not really in the mood today, but I know that I will love this to use in some other makeup looks, definitely. I'm quite a fan of this. I was kind of disappointed by the NYX Tread Jolly eyeliner pencil. I just kind of expected a bit more from it. Like, it was okay, but I don't know, it just didn't go on very easily, and I don't know whether, again, it's something I've done wrong or if I've got a dodgy batch, but I don't know, I wasn't that impressed with this eyeliner pencil. And the Skinny Mascara didn't blow my mind. Again, I need to work with it more. I might be able to get it to work, but it was just quite difficult to use. This has been another month of first impressions, and I can't wait to just chill out because I need to recover. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope you got some ideas of some cool makeup to check out and maybe not to check out. So I will see you in my next video. Bye! Very strong. Very strong.
Yeah, L'Oreal.